Okay, so this example is going to be a little bit complicated, just because I want to show how to uh, kind of chain things together with using tables and different commands, but also we need a table for this particular function that we're kind of doing this video for, which is the get state function. And you'll notice that it needs a table name as an input, and that table name can be manually created or it can come from another process within Nitro-CELL, which is how I'm going to demonstrate this. But you just need the item name and the feature name, and you can wildcard each of these things. So if whether you manually enter that, or whether it's a result of a Power Query, or whether it's something that you're just pulling in out of session and you want to do something with other operations in between, it just needs a table, and it's gonna write to a table. Now it's going to generate this table on its own for these columns based on the fact that I've done a table create right before it, and that's where we target it. So Nitro-CELL is going to be smart enough to figure out how to write that data, which is great. So within Creo, just so we're a little bit more transparent here, we have three bracket models in session, and this bracket model that's here is the one that's obviously active. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a table called session parts. We're going to put everything's going to go on this tab called Wow tab, which is not created yet. And we're going to get all the models that are in session, write them to that session parts table, and then we're going to go and get the feature names uh, for each of those and their counts. So we're actually referencing this table that we've written data to as input to here, and that's going to write a new table, which is going to give us the columns we need for the final call, which is item name and feature name. So this table will actually be referenced here, which will then write the final states. So if we run this as it is right now, you'll notice that it's going to connect to Creo. It's going to interrogate all the stuff that's currently in session, and then it's going to go off and write all this data to Excel for us in the form of tables. So let me just kind of expand this out so it's a little more clear. And if we take a look at these are the models that are in session. These are the named feature counts that are in there, and then these are the statuses of things, or the states of things. So let's go modify this workflow a little bit. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to say I'm just going to use the standard feature suppress command that's already in Nitro-CELL. And I'm going to say, something, any model that's in session, if it has the word whole in it, I want to suppress it as a feature name. So when we run this again, you'll notice that it's going to clear out those tables. And in this case, we got our list of models, we got our report of the feature names that are in there, and then there's that kind of interim step that occurs for the suppress, which it did. And then now we can see that the state of those features is now suppressed for any of those matching. So this is quite handy just for data quality, making sure that things are understood. So if you're taking models in from a vendor, or if you're just verifying things are accurate before you do things with them in the rest of your design and automation process, or just confirming that things are turned off that should be turned off in an automation process, the get state function is really handy for that. It is easy to use, but the entry point is going to be a table on this. So however you get that information into that usable form is kind of up to you.